Hello there. I've missed you.
Did I scare you?
Konnichiwa. Why are intros so hard? They're just so hard. You can't just say hello like a normal person. You sound like a turd every time you say hello to your camera because there's no human beings here. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thanks for taking another chance on me and coming back to see me. So today's video is going to be the most requested one I've had yet, which is an eye makeup look. So this one is going to be pretty basic. I'm a makeup artist. I've been a makeup artist for 12 years. I want to teach you the basics. It's just gonna have an inner color, a crease color, and a lid color. Very simple. Teach you like application techniques so that you can recreate this look with any amount of colors. So if you have a problem of applying eyeshadow nicely, like it's never blended out, it's always like blotchy looking or crazy at the corners, this is a great video for you. It's going to be technique on how to apply and how to blend. Blending is the #1 way to get amazing, flawless looking eyeshadow, and it is usually the only thing people are missing who struggle with it. So I'm going to go ahead and move this camera closer and we will get started. You are very close to my face. Now the first thing that you want to do is prime your eye. So I'm going to use the Eye Basics from Laura Mercier. I got this in my Sephora play bag, which is like Ipsy. It's a monthly subscription. It's $10. And a ton of you have been asking me about it. So I'm going to do a video just like reviewing one of the bags and what comes in it for those of you who had questions about the Sephora subscription. I'm just using a flat concealer brush to blend this out. Now primers make your eyelid very, very sticky. And so I'm gonna just dust a translucent powder over so that whatever color we put on top doesn't grab and get blotchy looking. And it's also easiest and best, especially if you're new to makeup, to do your eye makeup when before you do your foundation. Because if you do your foundation and it's perfect, if you get fallout and you can't just swipe it off, you've ruined your whole makeup look because you have to use a wipe to get it off. So it's easiest just to do it before you do your foundation. Right, the 3-color eye makeup look starts with a light color that you pack in the corner of your eye and right up here in your crease. I like to do this first because it keeps your eye makeup from traveling, you know, when you're doing darker colors, it keeps them from traveling too far in. If you get eyeshadow too far in, what ends up happening is it looks like you got punched in the eye. Not a good look. I say so a lot. I've noticed that in these videos. Y'all should start a drinking game. When I say it, take a drink, you'd be plastered by the end of this video. So I'm going to use kind of a few palettes, but this one I love, I just got. And it is the Magic by Juvia's. I'm ready for this. It's so good. Oh my God, it's so good. And I'm gonna grab this shade right here called k.riisti. And I forgot to dust translucent powder on because I'm a moron. So I'm just going to take this RCMA powder on a fluffy brush and just kind of dust it everywhere. Again, this cuts down on how tacky this is. Because if I were to go in and put a dark color straight on here, this primer would grab it and it would get really cakey looking. Now I'm going to go in with k.riisti and pack that right here on the inside corner. Brighten up that inside corner. I like to do it right here just to make sure the shadow doesn't go too far in. And I like to do it right under here. So now that we have that in, now we are going to work on our crease. So I'm going to use the Morphe M513, and again, all these brushes and all the products that I use will be linked down below in the description of this video. So a lot of people have a hard time with this right here, doing their crease. There's a very easy way to do the crease. Usually people go immediately in. This is the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia. So they immediately go in with a color that is like 2 to 3 shades darker than their skin, which is great. But if you struggle with makeup, it's easiest if you go in with an even lighter color that's almost the same color as your skin, 1 shade darker than your skin. You do it, and then on top of that, you add the 2 to 3 shades darker color, because that's going to add depth and it will blend out more evenly. So it will blend out more gradually instead of just putting the dark color on there immediately. So instead of just going in there with the warm taupe from the Anastasia, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with a shade that is a little bit closer to my skin tone. I'm going to go in with the color Katsina. And that will be the first color that I put into my crease, okay? So if you want a cat eye, right? So an eye that really drags out like this, you're gonna start down in your crease, right here, way down in your crease, and then come straight out, okay? And that's gonna create the look of a very like cat eye. I tend to like, because I have such a small eye, a more like rounded eye. So, and I wear a cat eye sometimes, but so if you want a more rounded eye, you want to bring this up higher, right here in the corner. And as you see, this one is just about 1 shade darker than my skin tone. It is benign and gradual and not scary at all. I am going to bring this high and straight across, kind of meeting the tail of my brow. And you're blending, blending, blending. At first, I place the color kind of where I want it. And then I go back in kind of circular motions and blend it out. And then windshield wiper motions. Now, you don't want all of your eye makeup to be on the top of your eye. It makes your eye very, very top heavy. So what I like to do is always bring this crease shade down here on my lower lash line. I think the #1 struggle people have with eye makeup is they're pinching for instant gratification. And what I mean by that is they want everything done now and fast, and so they put everything that they think they're going to need on their brush at one time and then like pack it on and then try to like blend it out. You really want to be blending up to the level of eyeshadow coverage that you want. So you're just taking a little at a time, applying it, blending it out, and then if you decide you need more, that's when you go back in. You don't just go ham sandwich and throw it on your face and like pray to Jesus that it turns out. And now that that base is down, I'm going to go in with the darker color, the warm taupe in the Anastasia kit. And I'm going to really carve out that crease more. So what a transition color does is it's going to keep this darker shade that we put on our eyelid from traveling too far up. So I always keep just a brush that doesn't, I don't use it for a color, it's just a blending brush. And I'm just going to go in with really light motion. So when you blend eyeshadow, you really, really want light pressure on your brush. If you push your brush way the hell in and you're going like this, the bristles aren't actually doing anything. They're just moving around in a circle. If you lighten up your pressure and go like this, all the ends of the bristles are actually hitting and moving all over your eye. So you want to remember that your pressure needs to be super light. So I'm just blending those 2 shades together. And now we're going to do our lid color. I'm going to go in with the Masquerade by Julius, and I'm going to use Casablanca, this coppery shade right here with gold flecks. I'm just going to put that all over my eyelid. And I just picked up a little bit and I'm placing it and blending it out. And I'm going a little bit above the crease. I'm going to go in with my blending brush that I saved just for blending. and just blend this. Where this line came to, this new eyeshadow created a new line. I'm going to blend it into the shadow above it. And just be patient and just blend and blend and blend until your freaking wrist hurts. And just to darken up this outer corner just a touch, I'm going to go in with the color called Fulani from that same palette here. And I'm just going to create this shape right here in the outside corner. It's just like a wedge. And again, don't worry too much about these outside corners because we're going to go in with foundation and just clean that up. So I'm going to take that same shade, Fulani, and with the brush that came with the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, I'm just going to bring that into my lower lash line. All the way to the corner. And I'm going to go in with my Stila's Stay All Day eyeliner in dark brown. I love this because this does not come off. It doesn't melt during the day and end up all like under your eyes and you look like you've been crying. So I'm going to keep it pretty close to the lash line right here. Like that. Now I personally do not like the look of a really defined eyeliner, so I like to go back over that. I'm just going to use a tiny little brush here, and I'm going to go back over that with a really dark shade and blend out that eyeliner line. And you want to use like a black brown for this, or if you've done black eyeliner, you can just use a black powder. Then I'm just going to use the same brush and pack it really close to the lash line. And this is just going to really define the lower lash line without putting eyeliner down there. I don't love putting eyeliner down there. I think it's really harsh. Now I'm just going to go in with a baby wipe, kind of wrap it around my finger really tight. I'm going to use this to get rid of fallout on my cheek and to really clean up that corner and give it the shape that I want. I'm going to coat my lashes with mascara. I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous in Carbon Black, which is one of my favorite mascaras of all time. Now, a super fun tip for mascara is if you get it on your eyelid while you're doing your eye makeup, that is such an easy fix. Just let it dry and then take a spoolie, so like the end of one of these babies, and once it dries, flake it off and it won't even affect your eye makeup at all. I'm going to use these lashes right here by House of Lashes, and they are the Allura Light. I do tend to have to use the lighter version of lashes. If I use the heavy ones, my eyes are just too small, like they can't handle it. So these are really good for hooded eyes. They're really good for my eyes. Then I'm going to take the glue and just apply it right here in a line. And I want to make sure to get kind of a larger glob on the two ends. If you don't do this, the ends of your lashes will tend to lift. Okay, and I use my tweezers. These are like pointy tweezers, and I'm just going to grab this lash right here in the middle, and then I'm gonna apply it right in the middle of my lashes, or in my lash line, and then I will grab the sides and place them down. Okay, so I applied them down in the middle, and then I just went back in and I grabbed the end and put it down, and the front and put it down. Okay, so now that both of my eyelashes are on, I am going to apply my foundation off camera, come back, and then we'll finish up this look. They're pretty, huh? I tend to like lashes that have a really jagged top line. So not all the lashes come up to the same height. I like these lashes that are really staggered. See you in a sec. So once I do all this eye makeup, a lot of times I tend to lose the work that we did under here. So I like to just go back in and kind of smoke out really well at that bottom lash line. So I'm just going to use the color that we used in our crease and bring it down. And you really want to bring it low. Like you want to smoke the hell out of here if you want big eyes. But you see how like just bigger and prettier this looks because of this shadow? All right, I'm just gonna comb through my brows with clear gel. Any setting gel will do. My favorite is this one right here, the green top. You know, that pink bottle with the green top that they sell at Walmart. What is it called? Great Lash. It's like been around since the 80s, but it's just that clear gel. It's so good and so inexpensive. So that is it for this eye makeup tutorial. I hope you guys picked up some tips so that you can better understand how to correctly do eyeshadow. Please let me know what you thought of this video, and if you like it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Yes, I will just see you guys for my next video. It's been real, y'all.